All right. Who has a 100-word summary of all the trouble you got into last session?
Had ourselves a good old-fashioned hex crawl.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
I
Giannis the
solved the
Grave, the
problem.
littlest remnant.
So only one of your 715 NPCs has died.
Yeah, that's good.
Destil is very upset about this.
It was raining men.
Well,
He was
boys,
10 years
Hallelujah.
we don't want to go there. He was a child. And plus singular versus plural.
According to my notes, you guys have done pretty well as far as provisioning yourself. You have a small surplus and nobody is exhausted at the moment.
Right.
Yes, and we.
I think everybody eat yesterday?
I think everyone did eat yesterday.
I mean, my remembrance is we're in the situation where there's some sort of structure to the south that we were told was death and bad things by the people that wanted the body. So, take that for what it's worth.
The hags described it to you as a word that simultaneously meant death, mist, and blood.
Yes, and then they
Vampires.
described their god as, I think, enemy, doom, and I have down really fucking bad thing.
Some alien word that you only understood on an instinctual, primordial level.
Megillah.
Okay, so we
Like-
need to get out of the territory of these frogs, or they're just going to keep coming trying to kill us.
We basically need, at this point, we either need to starve or go south and hope we don't die in the blood mist.
Well,
Right.
do we want to go to this place that is like super Hellville? I don't know. We want to go there.
The alternative is we starve to death, and we don't know it's Super Hellville. We haven't seen it yet.
It's
We're just
Super
thinking
Hellville. Listen,
it's
okay,
Super Hellville with body snatchers.
it could be bad. It could be bad, but so is staying here. But
Okay, so-
also, Evie, you have got to keep in mind that it was described as bad by the bad things. So maybe the enemy of our enemy is
Our friend.
not going to eat us.
Okay, so what we need to do, all this wishy-washy wandering aimlessly is going to get us killed. So if we are going to this place, then we're going to this place.
Yes.
Right.
We're not going to knock on the door and then find out everyone there is bad and then just leave and let them come and attack us from behind. If there's bad things there, then we're just going to kill them and this is just going to be our town now.
We're gonna take our corpse and go home.
We're gonna burn down their mercenary fort and build our own mercenary fort.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're going south to the deadly blood mist piece that the frog people hate.
Okay.
So can we take a couple of minutes? Who here has Arcana?
Victor does.
I do.
So Jeannie is gonna be you're hearing Jeannie mumbling about how the physics, the magical physics of this world are wrong, and that shouldn't have happened with the body. By the way, what are we doing with the body? Did we wrap him back up and kind of
I think at this point we just need to build a pyre and cremate him so that Megillah cannot take him, and two, so that no one else can defile his body. Not naming any names, Jeannie.
defile his body?
What
Victor's a
state
blood
was the
slider.
body in when it fell out of the sky?
What state?
Yeah.
It had been wrapped up in linens and put into the bag of holding, and it was still wrapped up in linens, but the impact has had negative connotations for the current state of his body. Shattered
Yeah.
bones, ruptured organs, all the good stuff.
Also,
Yeah,
he's
I
been
think
dead
we
for
need to-
a week.
I mean, according to my sheet, I've got gentle repose prepared. So,
That will keep
We
the
wanna
body
do
from
the
rotting,
actual-
but that won't fix any of
well, I
the...
was gonna say if we want to do the actual magical ritual to, it also prevents it from being raised in undead and cremate the body at the same time. I'm prepped for that.
What were you gonna say, McDohl?
I was gonna say, at this point, I think we need to cut our losses, and do whatever we can for funeral rites and move on with our lives.
Yeah, Plaiden can assist Ekon in the funeral rites and in building a pyre.
I think we need to do that.
Are we in the middle of a place where we can is there trees around here we can cut down? Or?
Oh yeah, you can find
Okay.
trees.
Yeah, that's what Ekon's working on then.
Yeah, you're still in the marshlands surrounding the river, so it's not as thick of a like a canopy forest than the one you left a few days ago.
Right, the ground was too wet to bury to support burial. Yep, that's right. Then yeah, Ekon will, Ekon and Paladin will hopefully confers to say any like rites that might not be commonly used but are used within our faith for cremating bodies and get to it.
Let's get a perception check from everybody except Ekon.
I can do it. I can do 9 times.
That is 11.
23 for Victor.
Who can beat a 23?
I got 15.
Not me.
Nice too, McDohl.
That's really good. I'm
Listen,
glad I rolled it.
A 2 is just an upside down 5.
That's not a whole hell of a
2
lot
is just a
better in
20
terms
that
of
lost
D&D.
another digit.
Victor,
forget-
it's a somber moment as Ekon and Paladin build this pyre and place Giannis's wrapped body upon it. And they lay out the incantations and rituals.
Did Giannis have a signet ring?
Yeah, of course.
No. I will take that to kind of just return it. I don't know who his family is compared to us, but I will keep that to return to whoever his family. I guess it's us.
That's you, yeah. He's your brother, isn't he?
He's
No.
he's
Me,
cousin.
your brother?
Giannis is a cousin. He's a closer cousin to Ekon and Edmont
Oh, okay.
than the rest of you.
Well, I will keep his signet ring as a keepsake or to return to his family if we ever get out of here.
Okay. Victor, over the course of the pyre, which is a very silent and somber event, you notice Denny and Giela kind of standing off to the side of the main group, exchanging brief words back and forth. You can't hear what they're saying, but neither of them look pleased about the pyre.
Victor will approach them and kind of shake his head a little bit and say, yes, I know we're giving our position away. We're going to move on momentarily.
Giela wants to know why we didn't just give the body over to the hags.
Well, because it would have caused more problems internally than it probably will externally.
And Denny glances over at Giela and he says, this is exactly why we need one strong, focused leader to point us in the right direction and ensure our survival in this wilderness.
And I'm sorry to say,
crosses
Denny,
her
that's
arms.
not going to be you.
You say, Denny, it's not going to be you?
Yes.
The rest of you don't need to roll perception checks, as Ekon and Paladin are doing these incantations. Denny shoves Victor to the ground. You all hear the altercation. You see Denny step forward. Victor, go ahead and roll me. Let's do this as a contested athletics check. You can substitute acrobatics if you prefer.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Roll high.
Don't forget, you also got your D6 that you can add.
I do. Although with the roll of a 4, I'm not sure how much that's going to matter.
Are you going with athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics would give that a 7, and
Don't spend the die if you fail, too.
that is true. I don't spend the die if I fail. So,
So yeah, Victor, you quip about how this leader's not going to be you, Denny, and then before you know it, he has shoved you to the ground and put his boot on your chest, and he's just staring down at you. He says, "That's not your decision to make." At this point, Denny has completely interrupted the funeral happening 30 feet away or so.
I'm going to need a DC 14 strength saving throw from Denny.
Fail.
All right, he's shoved back 5 feet.
So, Ekon, you take a moment, turn your attention away from the ritual to throw Denny back off of Victor, who I assume stands up, brushes himself off.
yes, and just kind of shakes his head.
Ekon, you're standing closest to Paladin. And he puts his hand on his sword hilt. He says, "Do we solve this problem sooner rather than later?"
I don't think it'll actually come to that, and I'll kind of like lean in closer and just like say, "Look, he's gonna get himself killed out here."
Platten
And if-
adds to that, he's going to get the rest of us killed out here.
going
I'm
to
not-
interpose myself between Denny and Victor.
Okay.
I'm
And
not
kind of
ready.
maintain
So
that position for the for the duration of this situation.
Denny doesn't push the matter any further than that, but after he stands up on the ground, he does start throwing accusations around about how we've been following. Mostly, he blames Evie and Genie.
Genie's gonna look him dead in the eye and says, "You are free to leave."
Victor will just kind of call out as he walks away. See, Denny, told you it's not going to be you. And he'll go back to the others.
now I'll just quietly tell Platten, I don't think it's come to that yet. I hope it never does. But
The nature
Evie
of
will-
Denny's grievance is that by blood and by rights, he should be in charge of this expedition because he is most closely related to the head of the family, to the matriarch of the family.
yep,
You all are denying him his rights, and you're just randomly walking around the wilderness. They're going to pick us off and get us killed one by one.
Go ahead, Evie.
Evie says, Denny, what do you think we should do?
He says that your scouts have reported a town to the south. You should make for it with all haste.
Fantastic idea. Let's do it. Evie nods.
Is there any dissent?
I mean, we were going to do that anyway, so why not?
Yeah.
Denny is too dim to realize you were going to do that anyway.
Well, that's Evie's play. She's making it seem like it was his idea.
When the six of you, because I'm assuming you have Orson with you when you have these discussions, when the six of you meet to like discuss a plan of action or discuss a direction to travel, do you ever include Denny in those meetings?
Evie's plan is always to just whatever we were going to do, Evie wants Denny to think it was his idea.
Oh, well, so far that has definitely not been the case.
Well, that's what she's trying to do right now. She's saying, yes, we are going to this town. Good job, Denny.
Evie, make a wisdom check.
Uh-huh. That's a 4.
A 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to die.
Let's get some survival rolls here. One from Orson.
one of those can have enhanced ability, probably Orson.
Okay.
Can I also make survival to look for poisonous materials in the wilderness?
Are you trained in
That was-
survival?
No, but I have advantage due to my poisoner's kit proficiency.
Well, right now we're determining how much food you were able to
Okay.
salvage
That
for one day.
is. That was an 8 on die from Orson, and I don't remember. Let me see. Where is his stat sheet? Orson is plus. Is survival intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, so it's plus 2, so that's a 10.
A 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so only one of your survivalists finds food for the day. And they find 3 rations worth. Adding to the 3 that you have gives you 6.
And
We're going to have a lot of hungry people today.
So 6 people get to eat today.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it looks like everybody's good on both hit points and levels of exhaustion. Except
Yeah.
for Yanis, who is very crispy. fact, I'm just going to delete Giannis from the sheet.
How many? How many rations is Yanis worth?
No.
We're not going there at all.
Not going there. We're not there yet. Okay.
We're gonna
Not
eat
there.
Denny if we eat anybody.
Denny's just full of hot air, though.
We poke him and he
All right,
deflates.
so Ekon will skip a day of rations.
Okay.
Well,
I
how
think
many?
we were under a. We were always feeding the children, so Tenny gets one, right?
Somebody has to pass a persuasion check to get her to eat, because she is not hungry yet.
I'll
So-
do it.
Here's the rule I think you and I should both abide by. If either one of us is missing
Yeah.
spell slots, we should eat.
Yeah,
I am-
that enhanced ability is the only thing I've cast, so I've got plenty left.
Because you do have like twice as many spell slots as me, so.
I got a 17 on persuasion.
Okay. You're able to persuade Tenny to eat what's left of the butchered giant frog and the various just herbs and roots that your scavengers come back with. So you have to pick 6 people in your party who are eating today.
5 after Tenny.
Yes, 5 after Tenny.
Should we? There's NPCs who are down spell slots, so I think that's Abernethy and I think Platin actually got his back. So Abernethy should eat.
Okay.
At least 3 members of our party should always eat, in my opinion.
My notes
So-
say that all the NPCs have their full spell slots. You guys
Oh,
must
they
have taken notes.
probably got their spell slots back from the last time. Okay, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the
So
only
the rest-
resources that you guys are down is that Trieste has no ammo.
Right.
So are any of you eating?
Think. So there are how many of us? There's 5 of us.
There's 6
Plus
of you
Orson.
counting Orson.
Plus Orson, yeah. I think, and having the 1 level of exhaustion is just ability checks. It doesn't really affect combat at all, right?
Not unless I
Oh,
try to
It doesn't
grapple you
affect
in combat.
spellcasting at all.
Right.
How far away are we from this town to the south?
So to be clear, your scouts, when you sent your familiars out at the edge of their sight, coming in from 1 day's travel there and back, they were able to discern very high walls. Nobody has actually said it's a town except for Denny.
Yeah. So like
Who's
2
the
days from
third
whatever.
survivalist after Orson and Lahire?
Leotgard.
Okay, so those 3 should all eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tenny, 3 of them. And then let's go ahead and say that
I can pass a meal. I get key points back on a short rest.
Is Denny eating?
no.
What about Lugren?
No.
Maybe after that,
I'd say the other 2 we should make sure that we feed today are 1 member of our own party, probably Evie. I think she does the most. I think she's hurt the most by having disadvantage on skill checks.
Okay, so Evie gets to eat, and
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 the
then
pirate
I don't
lady,
know, which NPC do you guys want to feed?
the sailor lady seems fine.
Jayla?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Just pick somebody at random.
Yeah, that's good. So I believe that's a con save from the rest of us.
Yes.
Yay, I passed. Well,
Yay, I passed with a 20.
And I got
That's
to make a bunch
22.
of rolls for NPCs.
17. I forget what the DC is. It's pretty low, right?
Looking at just DC 10 for now.
Yeah. Edmont passes.
Okay.
is create food and water on the Artificer list? I know it's on the Cleric list, so that doesn't matter, but... Wondering.
Okay. And we are heading south towards the wall.
And our familiars can scout around, see, well, hopefully tell us what this place is.
Yeah, you guys travel to this hex, and then you have 4 familiars you're using to scout. There's actually only 3 hexes around you that you haven't already flown to. Should I just reveal all 3 of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not revealing.
Oh, it's not.
It's broken.
Nope.
It's a lens of falseness.
Don't accidentally show us everything again.
A lens of not truth.
We're out of mana. Need to get a green potion.
Probably what happened is it.
Oh, a road! That's great news.
Is it?
Well, it means the road probably goes somewhere.
So as you're
Good.
marching south and send your scouts out, this time when you send the familiar out and they return over the course of a day, you get a much better look at what the actual structure is. It's not a town. It's actually a very small keep situated in the center of a wide, murky moat. They don't report any movement within like the courtyard of the keep. No movement in and around it. There doesn't seem to be a lot of infrastructure. It looks abandoned. What's notable about the keep is that the walls are absurdly high for a keep this size. It could just be like a small, like a landed lord's holdfast or something. Just a place of elevation at this point at the terminus of this road. But it's an abandoned, crumbling keep, and the walls are extremely high.
Let's go knock on the door. What's the condition of the road? Or is there
It's
a
a
road?
dirt path.
And the familiar that inspected the keep didn't see anything moving inside it. Just completely abandoned.
Well, they would have only had a view of the surrounding areas, like the moat itself and the areas around it. But they don't report any farmland. They don't report any towns or villages within flying distance. And no movement in the courtyard or along the bridge going over the moat.
Let's go check it out.
Well,
What do you guys think?
What I recommend, we send someone's familiar to just follow this road and see where it goes.
Well,
Yes. it's a
I
good
can
idea.
send my familiar to do that. So, what I'll do is I'm assuming that my familiar was one of the ones that did this. Or actually, you know what? You said we had 4 familiars and 3 hexes.
Okay.
So that's what I'll do. I'll have sent my familiar down the road. So it's just going to follow the road until it sees some
Something.
sign of life. Yeah.
Okay. Well, define sign of life, because it's going to see sparse wildlife and such in the forests. The kind of
Well, I mean, like humanoid life,
intelligent life. A
Yeah,
village,
intelligent life.
traders,
Yeah.
merchants.
traders, caravans,
Right. Okay.
wagons of any kind, that kind of thing.
So one more day's travel will get you to this holdfast.
So I think that if this place is empty, maybe this would be a good place to base ourselves out of while we look for answers.
It's a place of safety, but we still need to solve our food situation.
agreed, but that's a place that we can start. Make a start
Yes.
at that.
Well-
It's a place where we can hole up and where frogs can't come up behind us and just, AoE our party to death. Now, granted, there's probably going to be something horrifying living in this keep that's going to be way beyond us, so this is going to be fun.
Just accept the fact this is a bad idea and embrace it. And let's
We
go.
don't have any good ideas. That's the reality.
Let's get a survival roll from Orson to feed you guys
Okay.
for the last day travel.
Go ahead and put an advantage on, or not advantage. Go ahead and put a D4 on that. I'm gonna try and save my spell slots.
Okay, that is a 17 plus a D4.
And to be clear, I am not able to scout out for poisonous materials.
That is a 20
A 20? Okay.
total.
Roll a d4. Orson is able to feed a d4 plus 1 people today.
He D4 plus 1.
Mhm.
4.
All right. So you have a total of 6 people that are eating today.
We are going to have a rebellion on our hands if we don't start feeding people.
Did the NPCs both fail?
One of them passed, but he rolled a 1.
We need to feed Denny, or he is going to he's going to find anyone who's going to be willing to go against us, and we're going to have to fight them.
So Denny, Tenny, I would like to eat to get a long rest to re-up my spells.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a persuasion check to ensure that Tenny eats.
Okay. I got a natural 20.
Okay.
So that's a 25 total.
3 more rations to distribute. Are we giving them to the survivalists?
Orson definitely gets one. One of them, didn't they eat their own whatever they killed? Like you said, they got one on their D4.
Well, no, you guys had 6 rations total. 4 from, or I'm sorry, 5
Okay.
from.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I think.
Oh no,
the
you have
3
7
survivalists
rations total. I'm
always
sorry,
eat.
I didn't add his.
Oh,
plus
okay.
one.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Yeah, so the 3 survivalists always eat. Tenny always eats. Denny's eating. I'm eating. Is that one left? 2 left.
Yep,
I think
we
we
have one
should eat
more.
one of the Abernathy.
Yeah.
Or tell you what, yeah, Abernathy.
Okay.
I want to go into this scary keep with a bunch of you guys with a level of exhaustion. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, Victor's grumbling a
That is
little bit.
why I wanted to.
So it's going to be a Constitution saving throw from the rest of you. If you're not taking a rest today, Evie, that DC is 10. For the rest of you, it is 12.
That's a fail.
I got a natural 20.
Pass.
Yeah.
Again. That's my second.
Victor failed.
Do I get anything special for getting a natural 20?
No. Hey, read your ability. See if you can add your D6 to that.
Does a exhaustion check count as an abilities check?
No,
Well,
it's a saving throw.
It's a saving throw. Does it count?
I don't
is
think you
it-
can apply that as a saving throw.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Failed skill or tool check.
Okay. So Genie failed.
Okay,
So
bear with
I
me
have
one
a
second.
level of exhaustion.
I'm not happy about the fact that Denny's bullied his way into eating.
Do you want him to eat or do you want him to kill us?
He couldn't take
I
us.
wish Victor could have been evil.
He could kill someone else.
Oh, if he tried, I would. Kill him.
How about this? How about we take him with us into the keep and then let nature take its course?
No, we will. We let Denny wants to lead, so let Denny lead the way.
Uh-huh.
That's Victor's suggestion. That's his official suggestion on this point. If you bring it up,
I don't want him to die, but if he's going to be a pain in the ass,
So Jeannie, Lugrin, Donique, and Chrisen all have 1 level of exhaustion. As you guys.
Victor does as well.
Oh, Victor does as well. Okay.
Yeah, Victor failed.
hopefully there will be food in here, although it doesn't look promising.
I need you guys all put the curtains up for a second. Your B key. Because I blacked out
Sure.
this battle map, but I didn't save the map afterwards.
All right, mine's on. You can see whose is on, right?
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
I can.
My
Yep.
curtain is my color. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it did save. Okay. Nope,
is
never
nice.
mind.
We can take it off.
Yeah, it did save.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
So you guys would be entering from this direction.
Did
Now,
we ever get an Orson token?
oh no, I've been so slammed
fine.
with other stuff this past
No,
week.
I was just asking to make sure we hadn't forgotten to load it. I
Uh,
forgot to do all the NPC upkeep I wanted to do too. So
Let me make a note of that, actually.
All right. So what color are we going with Orson here? Still pink?
yeah, pink and Stinian. I think everybody agrees on that.
So
Yeah.
there's Orson, and you guys saying you're bringing Denny with you. You're gonna let him lead the way.
Denny's gonna
Yeah,
lead the way.
I think keep everybody else to the camp. Have the people that are actually decent scouts keep watch. Maybe
Victor.
half a mile away.
Who do you put in charge of the camp while you guys go and ensure the safety of this keep?
Plaid.
My vote's for Plaiden or Abernathy.
Platin is pretty good.
Plaiden's a little bloodthirsty, but he's not going to do anything bad with Denny out of the way. Like my only concern if we'd left Plaiden and Denny is Plaiden might want to kill Denny. But with Denny going with us, that sounds good to me.
It's like a wolves and
The
sheep
trick
across
is
the
you
road.
put Plaiden and the lettuce in the boat and cross the river. You leave Plaiden.
kind of cannibals missionary problem going on.
I think Platin is. I think Platin is loyal to us. He's not going to pull any fast ones. He's also, if someone gives him shit, he'll give them shit back.
Unfortunately, his shit that he's gonna get back is a +2 longsword. That's the name of his sword. This is my sword. Shit, I'm about to give you shit.
That sounds like
Where are my stat blocks for all of these NPCs. There they are.
So let me see. Since we had a long rest, I guess I recreated my bag of holding.
Okay.
Do I have my magic dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Because I have a feeling I'm going to need that very, very badly where we're about to go.
Yeah, I guess I'll put the stuff back in the bag of holding. Let's see.
Yeah, Platten and Abernathy are able to take charge of the camp while you guys are gone. Now, just off-site from the keep, you do find something a little troubling. There's a small ridge that looks like a cracked section of earth that causes a small overhang. So you have this hill that climbs up towards the gatehouse on this side of the moat. But the hill looks like it was broken, like part of it crumbled or sunk a long time ago, and now it makes this bizarre-looking cliff face. In the shadow of the cliff, down below, so facing the gatehouse of the keep, off this direction, you find the remnants of a camp, where a small campfire had been lit. I'll let somebody give me we'll call this a survival check.
Denny with a +4? With a plus D4?
Yeah, can Denny do it?
I think Orson.
Not Denny, Orson, sorry.
Okay. Somebody can roll for Orson.
Throw that guidance on there.
Okay. That's 8 on die. So that's +2. That's 10.
Is it 10? So Orson points out that there was at one point a campfire here. To your eyes, it just looks like overgrown weeds and stuff, and then a bare area in the shadow of this cliff face. But he pulls some of the weeds aside, and he shows you a broken ring of stones where somebody had built a campfire. But it has to have been at least a season ago, because it's all overgrown now. Platten and Abernathy have no difficulty clearing the area out. They can put their backs to this cliff face. It would give them protection from weather if need be. They have no problem getting a fire going. So their orders are to hold down the fort here while you guys go and clear out this keep, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds good. Yep.
What time of day are you making your approach?
What time is it now?
Well, your options are going to be in the afternoon or at night. If you wait till the next morning, we've got to roll survival checks again.
I don't think we
Yeah,
want to wait
afternoon.
until night. I do
Yeah.
not want to go into this creepy castle at night. That just seems.
We're all humans, and most of us don't have dark vision, so my
Yeah.
vote's for afternoon.
Okay.
This is on most of us.
I just don't have goggles infused. I
Yep.
have my regular goggles, but they're not magical. Because
Treble, I'm not taking that bait. I'm sorry. You can't make me.
what?
No, not doing it. I'm not taking that bait.
Yep.
I legitimately don't get the joke.
Sure you don't.
Now I just feel dumb.
So what's in those black areas to the side?
You haven't met yet because
Probably
nobody's explored
rooms.
them.
I mean, are they buildings?
Are these from the outside? Is it's just extra? It's part of the gatehouse, I'm assuming.
Yes. So
Yeah.
approaching, it looks like the only way into the keep is across this bridge. It's actually in the southeast. This map is all turned around, so up is not north on this map. But yeah, there's a gatehouse attached to the front of the bridge. Approaching it, the stones and bricks that make up the gatehouse are multicolored. Each brick is speckled with lots of different colors, but at the same time, each individual brick tends toward one color or another. So lots of yellows and grays and a few reds and greens strewn about. There doesn't seem to be an observable pattern for what these colored bricks mean, nor do they look to have been painted at any point. They just look to have been quarried in many different places.
Got it. Chess X pound of bricks.
Exactly.
Wow.
The walls of the gatehouse are easily 60 feet high, which is way more than you would be accustomed to. And then the keep on the other side of the moat, the walls are at least half again higher still, so a good 90 to 100 feet. They are
So-
simply massive.
I have very bad. Very bad. Like, what in this area would require walls this tall? That's
The
a
entryway
very-
to the gatehouse is a large iron portcullis situated right in front of where Victor is, but it looks like it's winched into the open position. It also looks to be broken, like it's hanging lower on the left than on the right.
Also, it's doing that thing that Windows do sometimes when you're trying to open one, and it's like, yeah, gotcha.
Do I need to go on
I
my
mean-
rant against Venetian blinds here? I don't think anybody needs to do that.
Maybe it's to get a good view of the surrounding area, though I don't think the entire keep doesn't need to be that tall for that, so I don't know.
Maybe they're expecting siege engine attacks. I don't know.
I think it would make them more vulnerable to siege engine attacks. Like, the only thing that comes to mind is if you're trying to defend against something that can fly.
If it
But-
can fly, I don't think it
Beyond
matters
that,
how
it's not
tall
gonna-
the. I don't think it matters how tall
Yeah,
the walls are.
you dig down if you're defending against something that can fly, right?
Yeah.
Something that can
Instead of
climb.
build up.
Something that can climb very fast to give you time to shoot it off the walls.
Maybe
Does-
makes sense.
really tall people.
Anyway,
How does the bridge look
Stable.
beyond?
The keep is obviously abandoned, and it's not in a state of it not having had recent repairs or upkeep done, but it doesn't look like it's crumbling. It doesn't look like a ruin.
Victor is
Okay,
going
good.
to very. So are there doors that go into like the little buildings on the north and south of us?
Going into the gatehouse, the center of it, and it's very small. I mean, we're talking about, what is this, 20 feet by 20 feet? The center of it, where Edmont and Evie are now standing, is taken up by a large dried up fountain. And there's rubble in the center of it, and then a hole bored down into the center of the marble debris when you're able to clear it away. It looks at one point you could have pumped water up from somewhere, some reservoir underneath the gatehouse, and this fountain would have been a spectacle to see. I will let anybody make me a history check at this point.
Victor will.
Okay?
is it just one check
I
or
will.
is it?
I'll let
everybody?
one person make it at advantage if two people are trained in history.
Yeah, I'm trained in history. Let's do it. I've got a +3 to it.
Okay, you can make it then.
Well,
You ready? Really, really, dice? You're gonna hate me like that? That's a 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
There are entrances into the wings of the gatehouse, and the ceiling over your head is only about 12 or 14 feet off the ground, which means there must just be a space above you in between the walls of the gatehouse. You didn't
So
see any external windows, however. You're not sure if there's other rooms, and there doesn't seem to be any stairway to go up.
Hey, Denny, should we check in these rooms here?
I'm checking the door for traps.
I'd like to do a cursory detect magic on just scan over the gatehouse and the fountain.
Are you casting
No,
it, or do
that's-
you want to use it as a ritual?
I thought we used.
Oh, you're right.
Arcana
Yeah,
check.
Arcana.
Didn't use the spell anymore.
You're not sensing any magic, no.
Yeah.
Jeannie, go ahead and give me that investigation check.
Does Victor reply to, or Denny reply to Victor's question?
We'll get to that.
It's investigation is a very high number. It's 25.
Okay. There's a stone door set on either side of the room that you're standing in, and going over it, you think it will slide aside. It would take a considerable amount of muscle to do that, but you don't see any mechanism that could be a trap attached to this door. Victor, you're watching Genie go over this door, searching for traps, and then you probe Denny's ego by saying, so what should we do next? And he immediately scoffs and throws his weight against this other door and starts sliding it open.
Victor will move back.
I'll make room for Denny.
This is where everybody's going to be standing?
Yep.
I mean, Genie is still. I'm assuming Genie's got her back turned, looking at this door in front of her.
Okay. Yeah, let's roll some initiative.
Oh, God damn it, Denny.
I mean, we were going to check those doors. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we might have, like, checked those doors before we wrecked those doors.
Destil.
Yeah.
Destil.
Yeah.
Destil.
Still my name.
Shame.
Ha ha. Okay.
Shame.
What is Orson's?
Don't forget to roll for Denny.
And Orson.
I rolled for Orson.
I roll for Denny.
His is.
Denny has a 19 plus whatever his modifier is.
You guys have his character sheet. Or
You
stat
usually
block, I
don't.
guess.
You usually don't let us control Denny.
I'm making you roll initiative for him, though.
Okay.
I'm
You
looking
can-
for his.
You can control him until he does something that I don't think he would do, and then I'll veto you.
Denny is plus one. Yeah.
So Denny's on 20. On 20.
So he can be at 19 after Ekon.
I don't. What color marker is Denny on this initiative list?
He's
Black. So we need a black chip.
Is that where you wanted him?
Below me.
You sure you don't want him above you?
There you go. One Denny.
Can we have a refund?
Nope.
Can we store credit maybe?
So Denny's
I know we
acting
don't-
on...
I know we don't have the receipt.
Oh, you have him up here. Okay, one of you guys grabbed a go tile. Gotcha.
Yeah, I've been using the go tiles for over here since they're flat, wide, easier to see.
Okay. Denny pulls the door about halfway open. So it's open on this square. And looking in, it's a pile of something covered in rotting linens, scraps of cloth, discarded bags made of burlap and silks and all different kinds of cloth. Do we have a light source right now?
Well, none of us have dark. It's daylight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It
day,
is,
so I
but
don't
you
think
guys are
we're-
inside now. You've got a ceiling over your head. So you have sunlight streaming in from the portcullis, but not coming down from above.
Probably
Orson
Ekin's
still has
lifestyle.
a. Yeah, I mean Orson still has a necklace that I've cast continual flame on, so I think he's wearing that.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll go ahead and say non-cipher bonus. I have cast light on my shield once we entered an area that wasn't in the sunlight.
Okay. So the room you're looking into is not illuminated, but you are casting some light into it. And there's a rainbow of colored cloth, and then you start seeing shapes moving amongst the cloth, and before you know it, dead humanoids have stood up en masse in the whole room. The stink of the place tells you it's a mass grave, and Denny curses as he gets the door open and one of the creatures tries to take a swipe at him. So who's first on our initiative?
Orson.
Okay.
Orson is going to.
We can't see what we're. Are we not supposed to not be able to see these things yet?
Yeah, there's no enemies on the. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Orson's gonna stand here.
Hold the line.
He is going to. Orson doesn't have. Orson 8, so. Orson's going to try and pull the door closed.
Okay. Give me a strength athletics. Actually, call this straight strength. There's not really any athleticism involved.
Straight strength is +3, 14.
Orson is able to pull the door mostly closed,
Uh-huh.
but one of the creatures has wedged itself partially in the remainder.
Okay.
So it's going to be a contest of whether Orson or the creature can wedge it back open again. And is he moving or
Alright.
staying put?
Orson's gonna stay right here, I think.
Okay, nothing's threatening him in that square. They can't attack through the door.
Right, but there's one. Is he hanging out of the door?
Yes, partially. Like it's closed in on his upper torso and his arm is poking through, swiping, for now, ineffectually at Orson.
Right. Okay.
All right, who's next?
Ekon. So
Eka, this seems like exactly your kind of problem.
let's move to here, and Sacred Flame does not allow cover, so the one that's reaching through the door still has to make the full DC save, right?
It's not a to hit roll, right? It's a saving throw?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got line of sight to him, no problem.
Then go ahead and give me a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw.
Fail.
All right. Please be enjoying. Uh, 11 radiant damage.
Okay, just checking vulnerabilities real quick.
Eugenia rip his arm off.
And for the moment, in the strip of that you can see into the room, the whole room is lit up with the radiance of your sacred flame, and more creatures than you thought are maneuvering forward.
Mm-hmm.
But they are, except for the physical sounds of their movement, scraping against the floor or wrestling against the open spot in the door, they are utterly silent.
Okay, let me look if there's anything else I want to do. Don't actually think I have a good bonus action, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay, who's next?
Next up is that Denny?
Yes.
What do you guys want Denny to do?
Probably just use his sword and stab at the thing in the door.
We want him to go away.
I mean, Denny would probably try and like cut the thing's arm off if that's the only thing sticking out.
Okay. So Denny's going to move over here and try to cut the thing's arm off.
Uh-huh.
The thing has plenty of cover. Denny does have multi-attack. Misses with both strikes. Swinging his sword in a frenzy, just clatters against the door with both swipes.
We've got Evie with Edmont in deck.
I mean, I think it would be almost impossible for me to throw a dagger through there.
This guy is hanging out the door.
Yeah, I guess
My
I'll try.
understanding.
I guess I'll try throwing my dagger at that guy and see if I can
Sure.
hit it. That's. I'll use steady aim to give myself advantage. Maybe that'll help. Ooh, that's a good. I got a. That's a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, and because I have two people adjacent, I can get sneak attack even though they have cover.
Cover doesn't affect sneak attack, but you would advantage, so as well as people adjacent.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I'm
get
just
sneak
making.
attack.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that there's nothing there that's gonna interfere with my.
As long as you don't have disadvantage.
Yeah, with my grand design.
Nothing is imposing disadvantage on you.
Okay, that's 13 damage,
Okay.
and that's
13.
magical if that matters.
So it's 13 plus 1 plus your dex modifier.
Oh right, I'm sorry. 13 plus 4, so it's 17 total.
Okay. And that one is bloodied. And
Okay, can't your channel divinity just like roast all these guys?
I'd need line of effect, so
Okay.
I've got a lot of options if I can hit the entire room.
you slice your dagger, and it finds purchase in the cloth draped over the human remains underneath. And as it does, this swarm of maggots spills out into Denny's, like all over Denny's square.
Ew.
Gross.
Are they all gonna do that?
I was going to try and pull its arm off, so I'm glad it wasn't my turn yet.
Is that it for Evie?
You can't move. You took your aim.
Yeah, I used steady aim, so I can't move. So that is the end of my action. Actually, my familiar could do something. My familiar can. Now, for my familiar to give advantage, it would have to be on the next to an enemy, right?
Yeah, it has to be adjacent.
So this swarm is occupying Denny's square. So any square adjacent to the swarm, you can provide advantage on attacks against it.
Okay.
And also, you have a bonus action in addition to your familiar's whole
No,
turn.
I used my bonus action.
Oh,
to
steady
do
aim. Yep, I forgot. Yep, I forgot.
Okay. Well, my familiar will. Victor, what are you going to attack? Swarm or the zombie?
Realistically, Victor is probably going to... So are the maggots, like, on Denny himself or just on the ground by Denny?
Both.